Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to Your City, Your Voice for this Trash Talking Tuesday. And as you look over here, there's an empty microphone. And that's because that's going to be filled by Peter Dychtiar today. Well, we run on Peter Dychtiar time. He said he's going to be 6 minutes late. I don't know how he figured out exactly 6 minutes, but he is going to be 6 minutes late. So that's fine. That's fine. We can deal with that. We're going to get into the show and get into the sponsors first before Peter comes wandering in the studio. But he will be here, and then we're going to get into some real interesting stuff. So hang tight as I do my sponsors. I got up this morning, 58 degrees out there at 4:30 when I got up. I don't know why. I get up at 4:30. I wake up, I get up, and when I get up, I get up. That's it. I can't lay in bed doing nothing. I got to get up. So 4:30, 58 degrees, beautiful morning. And then it morphed into clouds. It was pretty crazy, really. It was clear out there when I looked. I looked up. I saw the star Venus. Everything was fine. And then I looked out at about just as it got daylight, and it was foggy. Heavy fog, but it burned off real quick this morning. And, you know darn well what's coming. So those foggy mornings, whatever they call it, the inversion layer or whatever. And then we turn into, all of a sudden, chilly mornings with frost. Hey, that's the way it goes. Anyway, I want to get into my sponsors because we know winter's coming. And, one of my sponsors, Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop, of course, they take care of your car. So you want that to happen for sure. And my sponsors are Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop, Hamel Machine Company, Pete's Pizza on Victoria Avenue, and the Niagara Parks Commission, which is their last day. Their contract's up. So I'm looking for a new sponsor to take their place. If you have a business out there or know anyone who has a business who would like me to talk about it on my show, Your City, Your Voice, Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Fridays, I give them mentions on the show. I talk a little bit about their business. I mention their show at the beginning of the show, at the end of the show, and of course, I talk about their business. And this live broadcast on 4680Q, people hear it there. And of course, when we get to the YouTube, Rumble, X, and Truth Social, they also see it on my videos there where I have subscribers and everything else. So somebody might be interested. I don't know. Let me know. We'll talk about it. Get a hold of me, Paul Lemire, at cojigo.ca, or just message me on Facebook, my Facebook page. That's fine. So let's get to our first sponsor, Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop. And, like I said, winter's coming. We know it's coming. And I'm just checking for airflow at here. This studio's like a greenhouse at times. We know winter's coming, the opposite of what is in here right now. And we want to be ready. So what do? We take our car to Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop. Say, Ken, put my car on your diagnostic equipment. Tell me what's wrong with it. I don't want to break down in the winter. He runs it through the course, checks your brakes, check your cooling system, check your heater core, check everything for you. Make sure everything's working, your defrosters, so you don't get stuck on some morning and you're driving a safe car that'll get through the winter. That's what he does. And, he'll give you all the error codes and fix them for you. As well, he has a full body shop there. So, if you get a full body shop and get in a wreck, he can fix your car, take it in wreck, send it back to you in showroom condition. Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop. Don't procrastinate. Be proactive. Let them take a look at your car and get ready for the winter. And what do? Well, we go to wildbillsauto.ca. That's where you find this website, and you can find out more about them. And thank you so much for supporting our sponsors. I mean, they sponsor the show. They're good corporate citizens in Niagara Falls. They give a lot back to the city, and we like to support them. And while you're at Wild Bill's Auto, don't forget to check out Your City, Your Voice on YouTube. Yeah, you can go to Paul Lemire, my channel, or Your City, Your Voice. You can look it up by that. And subscribe. The more people we get subscribed, it helps the algorithm. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comments. We talk about them on the show. Get involved, because at the end of the day, that the more people we have involved, the more people there goes Bob. There goes Bob from Hamel Machine Company right there. The more people we have involved, the better it is. We want more people to turn out for city council. We want more people to have their say at city council. So in that regard, join up. You can see what's going on. There's Peter Dychtiar coming in right now. And we'll get him in. So we've got through that. And I'll wait for Peter to sit down here because we're going to get into our first subject. Peter didn't have to listen to the ads. He already takes care of that stuff.
I love those ads.
There you go. See, he loves the ads. He said so.
Sorry I'm late.
You must have had something important or you wouldn't be late. I know that.
It was a very good excuse. Down in Niagara Lake, where, by the way, it's beautiful.
I can imagine. It must have been foggy down there because it was foggy around my neighborhood.
No fog. Parks Commission is doing a great job repaving, and I got caught in that coming back. So
all the parks is always taken care of down there. It's a beautiful thing, and we talked about that. This is the last day for them of sponsoring the show.
Is it?
Their contract is up. They did it for the season. We'll probably have them back next year, but we have to say hasta la vista to them. Although I'd like them to stay because this is the time of year where the Parks Commission really, really has some good things going on.
Yeah, sure do. Yeah,
Winter Festival lights, New Year's Eve. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff going on in Niagara Falls, even in the winter, if you do come here. So let's get into the show, Peter.
All right. Nice and calm. Am I going to be stressed now?
Yeah, you can just relax until we get really, man, pull it now. Before we do that, let's push up your slider here so people can hear you.
Hi, I'm here. Yeah.
There you go. Well, they probably heard you before. These mics are pretty close. They don't look like it, but they're pretty close. And we have little mics for the video, so they pick up everything. I could probably put one of those little mics right here and it will pick up both of us.
I think so. Yeah, they're pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah, they're pretty good for small little mics. And it works good for the show. Okay, Peter.
I saw a picture of you, by the way.
Oh, well, what, the post office? Oh, no, it's not open.
It's not open. They were striking in Niagara Lake, and I did say hi to them. I said hi to them, folks.
Now, where'd you see my picture?
You had a guitar, and I believe you were somewhere near the old police station in Niagara Falls. Were you doing a music video?
Well, we were doing a little shoot for Peter Sacco in his new music video, yes.
Yeah, good song, too, by the
I
way.
haven't heard it yet. I got to wait to hear it. He hasn't got it to me yet.
Cruising to the beat.
Cruising to the beat.
That was our line. We had to harmonize.
Cruising to the beat.
Yeah.
And you know what? When he gets that going, I can't wait to see the video because I know he's chopping it a lot of different videos from here and there and everything. So it should be pretty good to see. I can't wait to see it.
It's a song I believe he did when he was back in high school with his band.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's got a country rock beat. I like it. I think it's good.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it. We'll see when the video comes out. We'll definitely be posting it all over the place. So there you go.
Yeah.
Featuring the Men in Black.
That's us.
The Men in
With
Black.
James Levy.
Yep. The Men in Black are back.
And nobody plays bass like Jimmy T.
No, he's got it under control. Yeah. I'll say that for him. You see him there in that picture?
Oh my gosh.
He had it. Yeah. He had it rocking like this.
And he doesn't even wear a strap. He's so strong.
You know what? Don't be fooled. He's got he wears a different kind of strap. He had Velcro on his sweater and was hanging on his sweater.
That's right. Shh, I'm not supposed to tell those secrets.
If you look close, you'll see his the neck of his sweater pulled down. Great bunch of guys. So we had fun doing it, and we were right down by the police station at about 6:30 at night. And everybody was coming out of the woodwork from the motel down there. And
all of a sudden, cars, everything else are going by.
And they're wondering, what the heck are these goofballs doing down here?
And the one thing I got to say is, you missed out on some steak subs and chicken wings and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All to watch your Montreal Canadiens lose. I mean, come on.
I know. That was. Oh, no, we won that game 4-2.
I thought you lost.
No, we ended up winning that 4-2.
We were down 2-0.
Yeah, what we lost was the game on Saturday, 7-2 to the Leafs. That was the kick in the pants.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not preseason.
Yeah, preseason. Doesn't matter. So what's your take on this zero tolerance for open-air drug use in town? Councillor Ruth Van Nieuwensteek said she's been screaming about this for 2 years. Have you heard her screaming about it?
No. But I mean, in all honesty, I'm not here a lot of the months of the year, right? So, I haven't. No. But I do follow the news back here.
I haven't heard a lot of screaming. I mean, she did talk about it several times because her business is right there. Of course, she's going to talk about it. These guys are flaked out in her parking lot.
Yep.
It's disgusting. And they're going to get these people off the street. Zero tolerance for open air drug use. Peter, you're down in Naples for a lot of the year, right?
Yep.
I mean, do they have this big problem there? And what do they do about it? What's Ron DeSantis and everybody do about it down there?
You're not allowed to be on the street. There's nothing. You see it. You don't see it anywhere. And I mean anywhere. Not allowed.
Yeah, and when I was in St. Pete's, it was the same thing. We're down the main street, Gulf Boulevard, St. Pete Beach, right? And I did not see any homeless people or anybody hanging around. Now, maybe in the city of St. Pete, there they are. I don't know. We didn't go through there, but we did go through Tampa, and we went to a lot of the stores for shopping and that, right? I never saw one encampment. I never saw any bums walking on the street and that. I don't know how Ron DeSantis is doing it, but he is somehow.
Well, first of all, the police operate as they're supposed to. They follow the law of the land. And I mean, I haven't been in every place in Florida, but since I've been down there, Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood Beach, Daytona Beach, Orlando. I've also taken the small little roads across to the I-75 down to I haven't seen it anywhere. And doesn't matter where you are, clean. If you get out on the 19 off of the major highways, it's just beautiful. Some of the biggest dairy farms are in Florida. I didn't realize that. Some of the out of like the whole country. It's just beautiful area. No, I haven't seen it. I'm glad you don't see it because it's not that I hold those people responsible. I hold us and the government responsible for people being on the streets. Period. End of conversation.
Okay, why do you do that?
Because they should be looking after them instead of sending off billions and trillions of dollars everywhere, but where it's needed, like for seniors to be taken care of, people on the streets, people with PTSD. You could sit there and look down on the people that are on the streets. You have no idea where those people came from. None, zero. And I say that with absolute respect and honor for people because you don't know how they got in those situations. If they are drug takers and abusers, you have no idea what their lives were like. And so judgment is not yours. But to take care of those people is our responsibility. That's the way I feel.
And you got to look and say that while there's encampments right across the street from 5,000 immigrants living in hotels.
In $70,000 a year, they're a refugee.
Does that concern everybody? It concerns me.
Obviously not.
I mean, why are we spending money on these immigrants that are sitting in hotels, $3,000 a day or whatever they're getting? And we have homeless Canadians right across the street in encampments.
Because we have white privilege. That's why.
Oh, we have white privilege.
We have white privilege, and we owe it to them. You know what? I hear that white privilege stuff, or that we owe it to other people. And I have worked since I was 12. I was driving a farm tractor on a tomato farm since I was 12. I was in pens digging stalls. We're talking about cow crap. Okay, right in there, picking fruit, you name it, cash crop, baling hay, breathing all kinds of stuff. But I did it, and what I got, I earned. Anybody wants to come here and earn it, I'm all about it. You're handing out stuff like that when you have people in the military, for gosh sakes, we're suffering from PTSD. Well, how can they possibly be suffering from PTSD? You have no idea what these people see and are into. You have no idea. They're into all kinds of stuff, exercises that are going on. We got to look after those people. Number one. And the seniors for sure.
And you know what? White privilege really is your privilege to go to work every day and pay taxes to give it away to other countries. That's white privilege.
Yeah, that's what it is. And how they turned this around and made you feel guilty for the life you have. We all cultures, great cultures, built this country of Canada. We got together. I mean, just look at Niagara Falls. Look at all the cultural buildings we had and how everybody got along and everybody shares each other's food. And you go to Club Italia, you go to the Serbian Hall and have fish and chips. And that's the way it should be. We all worked so hard. I mean, the brick that was laid in this city, the concrete, the cement, right?
Funny you're talking about white privilege on Indigenous Day or whatever it's called today. It's Indigenous something day, right?
I kind of slid it in because,
No, but you're right. I mean, we as Canadians, and it's not you and me because we don't get to say where our money goes.
No,
it's our government. They've gotta take care of Canadians first. And it really makes me laugh when I see them criticizing Trump and being mad at Trump. Elbows up, Trump, he's a rotten orange man.
Right?
When he's protecting Americans, America first. He's not the president of Canada.
Or the world.
Yeah, he owes us nothing.
I don't know why people don't understand that. I had a conversation with somebody last week, and I said, why do you think that the United States of America owes us anything? And we are so arrogant sometimes in understanding. We have put tariffs on them for years. We have lived off their coattails. I had an argument with a guy. He started it about how he hates the States, la, la, la. And I had the hook. I was just waiting for him. I let him go on and on and on. I went let him go on for 20 minutes. How terrible it is, how terrible the Americans are, how they're trying to take over. And I went, okay. I said, so who do you work for? Lowe's. I said, you got to quit. What do you mean? It's an American company.
It's an American company.
How many companies here that we've survived on? Just take the automobile industry in our local area alone. Okay. American companies have made Canada what it is. And we got to have some respect. We got to have some respect for the big guy. We got to have respect for their military who protects us. Don't make any mistakes about that. They protect us and have for decades.
They have, and it's not just like you got your GM, Chrysler, Ford, and all that, but you also have every big corporation or company that's been in Niagara Falls. Where do you think Washington Mills comes from? Carborundum, Lubrizol, Norton, Ohio Brass,
Oneida Silver.
Where do you think
Cyanamid, Cytec?
Yeah. Where do you think all they're from? They're all American companies, and they've been here for years. So for anybody to say that that we'll get rid of the Americans and that, well, nobody would have had a place to work other than a government job like building the hydro or building the Welland Canal, right?
And once that's over, it was over.
It's over. Right, so these companies have been here a long time, and they've been providing employment for Canada. All of a sudden, everybody doesn't like America, elbows up, and all that. But it won't work. We're not in any position to push the United States around, and Trump is not our president. He's not going to do us any favors. He's protecting Americans.
He's not our enemy, but we are. By the way, we are good friends with Jamaica, though. Things are working out with Jamaica. John, what do we do? Make a drug deal?
Yeah, really. Yeah, they're getting all their weed for the dispensaries here. The dispensaries.
My goodness, folks. We look at, they're our neighbors, they're our friends, they're our family. We need to all get along. And, I keep telling people, don't buy the garbage that it's hard to get into the States and come back. It's not. It really isn't. It's simple. I've been across 15 times since August 18th.
Yeah, I was just there 2 weeks ago to Erie. Nobody chased me down the highways telling Canadians, get out of here.
Fingerprinting it, taking pictures, iris scans,
none of that.
Send you into an MRI just to see if there's anything in your body. No.
To be honest with you, most of the American people, when you go down to Erie, to restaurants and places like that, they're happy to see you because the Canadians with their elbows up attitude haven't been there. And they love their Canadians, and a lot of Canadians go down there and do stuff there, right? It's a nice place to go. So it's the opposite of what the media is telling you.
I can tell you that I drive around in Florida with Canadian plates, and I get nothing but, are you Canadian? Where are you from? Niagara Falls. Oh, I love Niagara Falls. Oh, I always wanted to go to Niagara Falls, right?
That's the truth.
And I have not yet run into a single person, maybe I will, but I haven't yet, that hates Canadians. They love Canadians down there. And I do some radio down there. And all you hear is, we love Canadians. Come down here. Don't believe what you're hearing about. It's hard to get down here. You need to sell your property because it's really getting bad down. It's not.
No, not at all.
And I can tell you because I'm down there.
There you go. Proof positive. Now, we saw Mark Carney this week. Chili Con Carnage. It is now, right?
Yeah.
Say that he's going to back statehood for the Palestinians. And right away, what do we have? We have a demonstration on Murray Hill with these idiots up there throwing smoke bombs and that. And without the NRP or the OPP or any other authority stopping them, they just did what they wanted, the exact opposite of what they did to our Canadian truckers in Ottawa, where they arrested them, froze their bank accounts, ran over old ladies with walkers with their horses,
took their trucks,
put some of them in jail for no reason. Now, these guys are down here on Murray Hill, closing it down, dropping smoke bombs, with not one peep from the police, nothing. Peter, what the hell is wrong with this country?
If you want your streets back, you've got to get out in the streets. We have to go and stand up for what we believe. You've got to get off your tush and stop waiting for somebody else to get your head out of the sand if you're an ostrich. And we start marching the streets of Niagara, the streets of St. Catharines, the streets of Ontario. We have to fight to get our streets. We've laid low. It doesn't work. And they are coming and taking over. It's an invasion. It's an invasion. Yeah. We have no business in anything that's going on in Gaza or Palestine. And supporting Hamas, which is a terrorist organization, it's ludicrous. On top of you're literally going to go against the United States of America because we're sending troops there. We're not going to possibly send troops over there.
Yeah, who knows? Carney would do that. He'd support the fight for Hamas. And when he said that, it emboldened these guys. Now, here's what's going to happen, and mark my words, this will happen, is that these people are emboldened. So now they're going to start protesting and yelling and screaming with their smoke bombs. And guess what? The JDL is going to show up, the Jewish Defense League. They're going to show up.
Which are just around the corner, by the way.
Yep. And you know what's going to happen? There's going to be an all-out brawl. And it isn't going to be pretty. That's why the police should be stopping this right now. They should not let this happen. They should break it up. Tell them to get the hell out of here. Get off the streets. Where's the mayor? The mayor's dancing some Indian dance while they're protesting down there. Where's our mayor?
He should have been down there.
He should have been down there getting with the cops and the 40 and us gang and telling them to break up. But you know what? They're too interested in setting up Riot all over the city to catch no drunk drivers, because that's what happened when they had Riot set up on the Great Britain Wine Festival weekend.
0 drivers. God.
2 drivers out of 350 cars stopped, and they got 3-day suspensions for not breaking the law. They weren't impaired, but they were over 0.05. So you get your license suspended for 3 days.
Not even a beer, really, right? Or a glass of wine.
Yeah, basically. And they stopped 350 cars. You know how much time this took and manpower took to set them all?
Overtime, of course.
Overtime, of course. And they caught 2 people who weren't even impaired. I mean, Riot has outlived its usefulness, and I hate to just transition from one to the other.
I thought it was a good transition.
While they're doing that, they can't be at the protest, get rid of these guys.
Listen, that came down from the top. Carney got in there. The word came down. Don't send police. Don't get involved. Don't do it. And I mean, every time there's an incident where there's a name that's different in the news, in the last radio station I worked at, we were the only station that gave everybody's full name. And it didn't matter what color, creed, religion they were. You commit a crime, your name goes out there in public, just like everybody else's. And that's the way it should be. But when you turn a blind eye to smoke, if you blow off firecrackers in the middle of the week in September, somebody calls, you're going to get arrested because you're not allowed to do that. But you can blow smoke bombs off?
Only if you're a Hamas terrorist.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Supporting. Ask the average person who supports all of this and tell me the history of Gaza, of Palestine, of Israel, where the situation, how long Israel has occupied. Let's just go simple. How long has Israel occupied Gaza in the last couple of decades?
None.
No, they've supported them. They've sent over stuff to support them. They've sent over all kinds of plumbing and piping so they could have fresh water, and it all got used by Hamas or taken away by Hamas to use to fight terrorism. And who supports Hamas? That's such a wiry web. Oh, it's got to be Iran. It's not just Iran. It comes through a whole mechanism of our tax dollars and the U.S. tax dollars being filtered through to actually support terrorism.
That's right.
Do the research. Don't sit there and listen and be spoon-fed on your TV stations and your radio stations. Go do some research. I ask you to get off your butts, go out and do some protesting, peaceful protesting against what's going on in our city.
Yeah, and all you have to do is just follow the money, because you'll see the money that's going to Gaza and the Palestinians to help the ones out that need help. Hamas just takes and buys weapons from Iran.
Did we not send money there?
Yeah, everybody has.
Do you actually believe that's going to help the Palestinians? Do you actually believe that? I'm Ukrainian. I know from the day I was old enough to know when we sent stuff over to the Ukraine, because they had a corrupt government back then, okay? None of it got to our family. We're lucky if a diaper got over there, right? It's not getting to the people. It's not going to help the people. The solution is somehow, some way, you've got to remove those people. Hamas has to be removed and disassembled. It's the only way. Just like Antifa has to be removed and disassembled.
Well, Trump's put down his peace plan yesterday, and in conjunction with Netanyahu, and he gives Hamas 72 hours to comply to their ceasefire and peace agreement. And if they don't, all hell is going to break loose and no fooling around. They're going to unleash the dogs on them, and they're going to take them out once and for all. That's the only way. And Netanyahu said, you can do it the easy way, or you can do it the hard way. But either way, it's going to get done. Trump's given them a deadline of 72 hours from the time they either accept or decline the agreement. And
This time he means
today.
it. This time he means it.
He's not fooling around now. It's over. It's over for these guys. And that's what needs to happen there. They've got to be cleaned out, and a new Gaza and Palestine has to be fixed up here and straightened out and get rid of these terrorists.
And it's unfortunate. I mean, you have to look at, they are human beings, and they were people that were radicalized from the moment they were born. They see nothing else but hate and anger. They've been trained like that. The people who love to run this world love to have people like that. I mean, MK Ultra, they're a prime example of brainwashing and hate and destruction. And they don't have the ability to see anything else. And it's sad. It really is sad.
Well, I mean, that's why Egypt and them don't want any Palestinians in their country. They won't let them in.
Yeah.
All their Arab brothers don't want them because they've all been radicalized. Even the ones who say, oh, no, it's Hamas, it's not us. No, they're the same. Because if they weren't, they would be fighting Hamas. They would be helping Israel to get rid of Hamas. But they're not. They're supporting them. And none of the other countries want them because they'll go there and start up and cause trouble there.
So you
simple.
You look at a peaceful country, a peaceful area like ours, where we just want peace, we want to get along, we love cultures, and you're allowing people to support Hamas blowing off smoke bombs in the center of the tourist area, and you trust your government? I gotta ask you, come out, wake up and see, smell the roses.
Yeah, I mean, and I've got to ask Bob Gale. I got to give Bob Gale a call and ask him what plans they have if a big riot starts down the park, because I don't know if the Tulip Patrol can handle a big riot. We don't see the NRP around or the OPP. So if something breaks out down in the park, and it could spill down the park very easy, they're always down there protesting. What are they going to do? I mean, seriously, the Niagara Parks police are okay. They do their job down there. They're not equipped to handle something like this.
No, absolutely not. And, what do you do? What's divide and conquer? Is that an old saying, divide and conquer?
That's been around for years. Since day one. Hannibal did that with the Alps or something, right?
Well, you remember chaos with Maxwell Smart, right?
Yeah.
You create chaos, you got problems. And you're allowing chaos. You're allowing separation. You're allowing hate to fester in our own neighborhoods, right here in Niagara Falls. It's here in Niagara Falls now. It's here. It's here in the small places. It's here in a tourist mecca. They're trying to divide and conquer. They're trying to anger us. And our only answer is to get off our butts.
Throw them out.
Yeah, go to City Hall. Go wherever we have to go to. Believe me, how many times have we tried to lead something and nobody shows up?
Oh, I had that rally in front of City Hall for zero taxes. We had rallies around the city for the election to get people to come out and try to get more people to vote. And then we got 27%. I mean,
you get what you pay for.
That's right.
Actually, you don't.
You get what you deserve.
Exactly.
Right? Okay, I'm going to say one word to you, and then I'm going to go to my second sponsor, Pete's Pizza.
Ooh, I like that.
Named after you, maybe. I don't know. Was it?
Well, there's a story to that, but I can't tell it today.
I'm going to give you one word, and you sit and think about it. Moderna. I know what you're thinking right now, but what I'm thinking about is pizza. And I always think about pizza because it's my favorite food. As a matter of fact, I had a piece this morning. Where do I go when I want a good pizza? And you know this, Peter. I go to Pete's Pizza on Victoria Avenue. Why? Because they make a fantastic pizza and they're consistent. When you go there, you know you're going to get that.
Consistency. Nothing has turned you off quicker than going to get a couple bad pizzas from a place you love and you go, I'm not going back.
Yeah, I'm not going back. But Pete's Pizza does it the same way. And you know why? They use the Mancini family recipe for the sauce and the crust. And Mike and Rex down there, they know how to put that beautiful cheese in the right ratio with the sauce on that Mancini sauce on the crust. Cook it just perfect. Fresh toppings. How can you go wrong? They just know what they're doing, and they make one heck of a pizza.
You know the secret? Pick it up and look on the bottom. And it's consistent every time you look at their pizza.
Yes.
It's consistent.
Cooked just right with cornmeal, by the way. And but their wings. How about their wings? They have great wings. They have fantastic steak and cheese poutine. They have fantastic regular poutine, panzerotti. They have a full menu, and we were there, and they're just coming out with this new chicken parm sandwich, which was out of this world.
And I guess the new one's opening up soon, right?
Yes,
the new location.
Kaler at Throwstone for everybody out in the northwest end of the city. Now you can have great pizza as well when you go to Pete's Pizza, where the old pie guys used to be. So, yeah, they're up there. They're open till 2 a.m. on Friday and Saturday for your convenience. They're open till midnight during the week. Specials all the time. So all you have to do is go to petespizzavictoria.ca, check out their website. You can order off it. You can dial up 905-374-2222 or use Dine and Skip and all the other delivery services. Hey, I'm telling you, you want a good pizza, go down there. Tell them Peter and Paul sent you.
Exactly.
And Ringo and George couldn't send you, but we did.
Yeah. So, if they were here, they would.
Yeah, they would. They would send you right to Pete's Pizza Victoria. Have you support our sponsors? They support the show. Thank you very much. Okay, Moderna. The biggest drug dealers in the world, the pharmaceutical companies, in cooperation with the government, are back at it. Moderna, one of the makers of the killer COVID vaccine, is planning to do Canadians a favor and make the killer vaccine in Canada. They want to manufacture in Canada.
Wow. How grateful. Just grateful.
Now, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson all manufactured the COVID vaccine, proven to be more lethal than COVID itself. In other words, it's killed more people than COVID, and that's a proven fact now. I mean, are people still being injected with this crap?
Oh, I know people that are.
Oh, man. Like, why?
It didn't work. Just right off the bat, it was an experiment. You got to know it now if you've taken it. You were promised. When Justin Trudeau stood up and said, if I wasn't convinced at any point until that point when he said, it's 100% efficacy. You can't transmit it. You can't get it. That's what this vaccine is. There's never been any medication or vaccination or procedure that is 100%. Never, ever, 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 ever.
He was a biochemist or whatever you were, right?
So, yeah, worked in the lab, worked with antibiotics, explosives, you name it. I dealt with it. And when somebody's taking RNA and putting it into your body, messenger RNA, it can make proteins, whatever proteins it's been told to make. You got to understand that. And proteins run your body and your mechanisms. So important. You don't want somebody playing.
So what you're saying, it's not really a vaccine, it's technology.
It is technology.
And they can put anything in there they want.
They can have your body make anything they want it to make. And that's why I say, when you're donating to the Cancer Society, if they can go in and do that, they can definitely go in and give you gene therapy to remove cancers, because that's directly related to mRNA, transcribing RNA, all of it to create the cell you have, or the degenerative cell. And you can create other things to go, why not go and eat up cancer cells, which are basically your own cells that have gone bad, right? So they've gone rogue.
Yeah, basically. Started multiplying.
So that's the next question I ask myself. Just out of common sense, which is not common anymore, so I will qualify, and hopefully it will one day. But that's why I didn't take it, and nothing. I mean, especially the next thing was when they told you, don't go near those unvaccinated. Do you want to sit on a plane with an unvaccinated person? Do you want to go into a restaurant and be near an unvaccinated person? But it's 100% efficacy. What are you worried about? Yeah, you're safe.
We're safe. Not. You can't get it. So what are you worried about? I have to worry about you. But you know what? I just read a study. The study just came out, and it's saying these vaccines have been linked to raising risks of cancer, as report links the vaccine to 6 forms of cancer now, including prostate and breast cancer, and a surge in all cancers.
Well, brain cancer, I know for sure, is definitely been on the rise over the last few years. And there's a correlation. If you had 50 people die and you were bringing out a vaccine, it would have been shut down and pulled.
Oh, it would be a disaster.
But we've just gone into the millions and nothing has been done. Now they've got the mRNA technology and all sorts of things they inject in you. You got to question. You got to be afraid. You got to ask yourself, you got to protect you and your family. They're not going to do it. They're obviously in the money business. You've got to do it yourself. It's the same as food. You've got to read the labels now. If you don't, whatever you're eating, whatever you get is your own problem. You can't blame anybody but yourself, because everything is there. They're telling you what they're putting in it. You've got to be responsible for you and your family, just as your healthcare, especially in this country. You have got to be responsible for your own health and your family's health.
Well, the media, they're complicit with the drug companies, because you look at the announcement Trump made a few days ago about Tylenol in pregnant women,
Oh, man.
right? And a lot of people were mad at Trump saying this. Like he was the one who did the research and made it up. No, it came from the Harvard Medical School, Johns Hopkins University. I mean, some of the biggest experts in this field in the world reported to Dr. Oz, Mehmet Oz,
Yep.
and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and said, here's our research. And it proved that Tylenol, when pregnant women take it, it could cause autism and other problems with the unborn child. I mean, Trump's just the messenger giving out a public service announcement, and he's telling you, don't take it. And they're saying that this guy, he's told everybody to drink bleach. They're so full of
hydroxychloroquine. Hydroxychloroquine, because somebody heard the word chlorine. You're taking bleach. I just can't believe that people haven't gone to jail in the media for that kind of stuff.
Well, there's going to be some people going to jail. They're going to be wearing prison orange, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But it's happening right now, ladies and gentlemen. All these lies that we've been told, that we all said, me and you have sat here a lot of times calling them conspiracy. We've been called conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
And Trump has been saying it for years now. Everything Trump said is true. And they won't admit it, of course. Of course, you're not going to admit it.
No. But deep down inside,
they're going to go to jail for it.
Deep down inside, buddy, what was said is true. Just alone, a vaccine. If you understand a simple vaccine, it's put into the arm, local. So your body goes through and goes, got to build some antibodies to fight that, right? This stuff, as a fact, check it out yourself, has been found everywhere. The spike protein is found everywhere, including your brain. That's some scary stuff. I don't want anything in my brain.
Well, I don't have
as much in there.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't have a lot there now.
I want to keep what I got.
I want to keep what I got healthy.
Yeah.
For as long as I can. What did I just say?
I don't know.
Oh man. But it's just crazy. Now they're going to make it in Canada. I feel a lot better about it being made in Canada.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
what the hell's the difference?
Well, who made the nano particle that goes around and protects that? We did here in Canada, out in BC at the university.
There you go. Did Trudeau have a piece of that too? He had a piece of everything else.
Yeah, there's rumors that he had a piece of that. So, I mean, he's probably down in Costa Rica, where, by the way, if you build a house, which I heard he did when he was over there for a couple of months, a few years ago, you cannot be extradited on political charges.
Oh.
Look that up, too, because I did.
Is he with, what's her name there? Who's he going on with? Katy Perry now?
Well, I heard that didn't go well, but I mean, hey.
I never knew she was a guy.
You didn't?
No.
Okay. I didn't know either.
Because it's Trudeau. So
yeah, I know. Well, anything's possible.
Woo!
May not be Katy Perry, just a mask,
Yeah, it could be.
Well, unfortunately, Kelsey took the other one. He probably would have been after her, because Taylor, he was in love with her. Remember, he brought her to Canada.
It could be Carrie Perry. Who knows? So speaking of this chili con carnage, now he's planning to buy Saab jets instead of honoring the contract that they had for 88 F-35s with the U.S. I mean, they have to take 16 of them. And he wants to get the other 72 jets from Saab. And Saab said they might send them and make them in Canada. And I'm going, well, I don't know, man. Like, you got 16 F-35s that are compatible with the United States F-35s, who is our closest neighbor and we work with to protect North America. And then they're going to bring in Saabs, which who knows if they're compatible with what. So it doesn't even make sense. But wouldn't it make sense for me to go up and say, hello, Mr. Trump, we were going to order 88. We paid for 16, so we got to take them. I think I want the other 72 from my friend, the United States. Let's make the deal, and maybe we
that would be negotiable. Negotiations at work. That's what that would be, right?
Yeah, I say that's common sense. You want to make a deal with Trump? You got it. You know it. But I think it would be perfect. Then, I don't think we're ever going to make Lockheed Martin F-35s in Canada. But still, I think it would be a nice
gesture.
Yeah, a nice olive branch, to
Yeah.
settle it between Canada and the United States. That might be a first step, is cooperating with them and working with them to protect North America. I mean, they protect it anyway. What's good for them in North America or in the Western Hemisphere, for that matter. We're seeing that with Venezuela. It's probably good for Canada. So why not? I just don't get these guys. They're thinking carnage. He can't be that stupid.
Oh, he's not.
And if he's not stupid, then that means he's doing it on purpose.
What did he do in England as the head of the Bank of England? What did he do?
Ruined it.
What did he do in Canada telling Trudeau what to do? Because obviously Trudeau can't think. For 5 years. You forget he was involved directly in our economy for 5 years with Trudeau. What did he do? And I don't know. I still can't believe that he won that election. I really can't believe that you can go from a Polyev who was just like as high as you could possibly go to boom, and he's gone, and this guy's in, and now I got to be thankful for one thing.
You're in Naples.
The clean the clean air tax. Thank God the carbon tax is gone.
Yeah. And we got the clean
I
air
am
tax.
feeling so much better.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And you notice we've had clear skies for a couple of weeks. So
they're taxing you for the air you breathe now, the clean air tax. But I don't know. Canada had a really good aerospace industry at one time. Why can't we bring that back? You want to employ Canadians. You want to put people to work at good paying jobs. Why not have them build airplanes for our military?
The Avro Aero, I absolutely love that plane. Every time I see it, I'm in awe of it. And they said even today with updated technology inside, it would still be one of the most incredible planes. Somebody got paid off, just like somebody's going to get paid to bring Saab in here. But you're going to shut the door on our biggest trading partner and the people we really should be getting along with. And there's not much democracy left in this world. And this is the biggest part of it. And why do you think it's under attack? And why do you think they want to separate the U.S. and Canada? Think about it.
Yeah, it makes sense. But you know what's really goofy is if you look around the world, most major countries, forget about third world countries, they buy their planes from other people.
Yep.
But most major countries, France, Britain, Sweden, United States, they all make their own planes.
Mm-hmm.
They make their own planes, right? That's what they do. And China.
Russia.
I mean, we've devolved into a third world country who has to buy everything from everybody else because we don't do it.
Do you think because maybe our politicians might have sold us out? Do you think that's the possibility?
Definitely.
That's the only thing that could have happened. There's no other answer to that. None. Zero.
So we're right there with the third world countries who depend on other people for the jets. So we're going to buy it from Saab. And what happens if Saab gets in a big war and they say, we need all our jets. You can't have any.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we're in a war with Russia in Europe. And we don't have any jets to give you. And now what's going to happen? We're going to say, Mr. Trump, can you please help us? Because they won't give us jets.
Yeah. Well, we still got the tutors.
Let's
from the
build our own.
snowbirds. We got the tutors from the snowbirds.
Yeah, the snowbirds. They're like 1965 models. I talked to them and they said they need so much maintenance. They hate flying in them. They're dangerous.
They are. They're at that point now.
They're decrepit. So I mean, but that's where we are in Canada. That's where we are. So if I was me, I was prime minister. I'd do a lot of things, but one of the things I do is call him Mr. Trump and say, "Hey, Mr. Trump. Yeah, we're going to take that order of 88 planes, send them, get them all ready for us. We're going to pay you. And can we work together on this stuff?
Yeah.
I'd definitely be using that as an olive branch.
And then Ford, maybe you could allow the liquor back in instead of keeping it, paying for it to be in warehouses.
Yeah, you're stupid. We got all this billions of dollars of liquor sitting there rotting. Why not put it on the shelves and sell it at a $10 duty on it or whatever he wants to charge? People will buy it. Hey, when I was in the area, I grabbed a bottle of Jim Beam bourbon. Yeah. Because I like bourbon.
Yeah.
And you can't buy it here.
I got some Bullet coming back through.
Yeah, there you go, right? Yeah. Perfect.
Okay. See, what works? Think about it. Just if you're in let's say you're in a neighborhood battle, right? With your neighbor. If you're the first one that steps out and puts that hand out, what happens?
That usually gets settled and everybody's happy.
Yeah. And it's not about ego. It's just about, what? This is so stupid. This is so childish. This is costing everybody money, time, and stress. Just do it. Just step across and go. You don't have to be a wimp. You don't need your elbows up. Just go across and say, you know what, we need to talk. We need to get this done. We're the last statute of democracy in the world. Let's get together. We know we got a big world that's after us and want to crush us. Let's stick together like we should.
That's right.
And we can still be sovereign, separate countries and do it.
Yes.
If not, I don't know how sovereign we'll be.
Well, we're going to be owned by China. That's what's going to happen. But they got their own problems with Russia right now because their imports and exports have dropped by 18% each because Russia's depending on them. They grabbed a bunch of oil, the Chinese, and now they're not getting anything from Russia. And Russia's dying on the vine. They're in trouble, Russia, right now. But that's another story for another day. We might get to it today. We only got a few minutes left here, 15 minutes.
It goes so fast.
But I want to talk about Trump and his lay down to Hamas right after my third sponsor, Hamel Machine Company. And, they've been around since 1948, Hamel. I just saw Bob Benner and the gang walking by.
I just said hi to him.
Oh, yeah? You see him?
Yeah,
he's just walking by. Great guy. Really good guy. But they've been around since 1948 helping industry in Niagara Falls. And, whenever industry moves to a city, the first thing they want to know is there a good machine shop that we can use? Because time is money. When they break down, they don't have time to be messing around. They got to get people in there. They got to get their machine fixed. And they got to get it back into production because they're losing money every hour that's shut down. And that's what Bob Benner and the gang at Hamel Machine Company do. They just don't go in and repair or re-engineer a part that's broken. They actually make it better. They have the people, they have the staff, and the ability to make the part more productive, which means more bottom line revenue for the company. And they're innovators. They have worked with the wine industry. They have worked with the agricultural industry. They have worked with the food industry to build their machines better. And they ship these new innovations all over the world because everybody wants them once they figure out how to do it better. That's Hamel Machine Company. That's what they do since 1948. But they haven't forgot about you, Peter.
Okay.
You shear a pin on your snowblower, you break an axle on something, and you need it repaired or re-engineered. They can do it. They fabricate, they weld, they do everything you need there, and they do deal with just us private guys who need help every once in a while, which is fantastic. Hamel Machine Company since 1948. Support our sponsors because they support the show in the city. HamelMachine.ca to see all the beautiful work that they do. You'll have your mind blown when you go there and see what they do. Seriously. Tell them Paul from Your City, Your Voice sent you. Support our sponsors because they support the show.
Yep. Good people.
Okay, so now this with Hamas. Trump's laid down the gauntlet, gave him 72 hours to hand over the hostages and sign a peace agreement where he said, we're going to unleash Israel and it's going to be over. And Netanyahu said, yes, either the hard way or the easy way. And Hamas is looking over the agreement now. He wants an answer right away, so they better give one. And they got 72 hours and the clock is running.
I think the only hiccup there is, I don't know if there's any hostages left.
Well, that's the next thing. If they can't return them alive, they want the bodies back for the families. That's what they said. Now, Trump said this is his last best offer. Make up your mind. Netanyahu says if they reject it, then Israel's going to go in and finish them off once and for all. And he said, you guys can do it the easy way or the hard way. An interim government is going to take over, headed by Trump, and will include former British PM Tony Blair. Have you heard that name in a long time or what?
I'm not a fan of Tony
No,
Blair.
I'm not either. How did they figure this guy out? I don't know. And a Palestinian committee of technocrats would oversee civilian affairs, with power eventually being handed over to a reformed Palestinian Authority. Gazans will not have to leave, but all hostages have to be released. Toot sweet. And what do you think? Are they going to take the easy way out, or are they going to take the hard way out, Hamas?
I think they're hard-headed.
They are. They haven't proven yet. They've had all kinds of chances. All they had to do is lay down their weapons and give up the hostages, and this war would have been over in the first week.
Yeah. No, I don't see. I think they think he's bluffing again because he has changed his mind on a few things when he said this is the date. So I don't think he's bluffing this time. I think they've done a lot more research this time, and they know exactly what's going on. So I really believe that those people might rather die.
Let me ask you a question, Peter.
Go ahead.
Do you think that this Palestinian state thing that Britain and France and Spain and Canada and all these others saying they're going to recognize Palestine as a state is causing trouble there? May make it harder to make a deal because they feel they have backing around the world.
100%.
Like they've
100%. And again, I still think the people that run the world, the globalists, are behind all of it and pushing. I mean, Carney is a globalist. Any way you look at it.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. His investments aren't in Canada. He's a globalist. It tells you right there. Just look at where his investments are. 97% of his investments are not in Canada. He's a globalist. Period. End of conversation. That's where he makes his money. So they would love to create that atmosphere for him where they feel comfortable, right?
Yeah. And so this emboldens them. This releasing this, saying this, gives the Palestinians, the Hamas Palestinians, whatever, that gives them more courage because they feel like there's people on their side. If the whole world was against them, that's one thing. All you'd have is Iran, which is the leading sponsor of state terrorism, and maybe Russia a bit, and maybe China a little bit, North Korea, like these bums. But at the end of the day, when you start getting democratic nations, and some of them are more socialist now than democratic, it emboldens them. It makes them think they can get away with it. So they're going to get their asses kicked. I think that's what's got to happen.
Do you actually think that we as Canadians are safe if we had Hamas terrorists in this country? Do you think they had sent a pile of them over here? Do you think we're safe? Did they go,
No.
Oh, you know what? You guys helped us over there and you backed us, right? They don't think that way.
Don't look at Clifton Hill or Murray Hill.
Yeah, they do not think that way. They don't care. Their goal is to take over, and it's a battle of good and evil, and it's a battle to crush Christianity.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah. This is a battle of good versus evil, not right versus left, Democratic, Republican. It's good versus evil. And we see the evil. And if you look at Italy right now, Gabriella Meloni said, we are not going to recognize the Palestinian state. They went crazy. They set Milan on fire. It's a nightmare in Italy right now, in some cities because of her saying no. And,
I love her.
And I got to think that some of these countries, these wimps like Carney, who's a socialist and a globalist anyway, but I got to think, they think they don't want these guys to rise. But believe me, these people want to take over the country. It's an invasion.
The world.
And even if you play ball with them, they're going to kill you because you're an infidel. Yep. They do not want you alive. It's against the Quran.
Do your research on infidel. Do your research. It doesn't matter how nice, how wonderful. You think they think the same way we do? It's their culture. It's their religion. And believe me, they are 1 million times stronger in their faith than we will ever be.
Oh, they're willing to die for it.
Yeah.
And they want to take as many of us out as possible along the way. I mean, the guy said, we're taking over Washington. We're taking over the United States. He said, you've let enough of us in now that we're going to be the power in 10 years, one generation.
Well, they'll breed 5 or 8 to 1, something like that. Yeah. Think about it. Think about Canada, where where they have 5 to 8 children, and you bring in 4 or 5 million. Think of that population.
One generation.
One generation. That's all it takes.
Yep. And once you open your doors, like we have for the last 10 years, they said, I read a number, 37% of the population increase in Canada over the last 10 years since Trudeau opened the borders have been immigrants.
Yeah.
Not Canadians.
Nope.
Immigrants coming from another country. 10 million people. That's an invasion. It's 10 million people in a 30 million person country is not immigration. That's an invasion. Ask the United States, 20 million over the border. when Biden opened that border. That's not immigration. That's
It's
an
an
invasion.
invasion, and they're being paid to do it. And you remember Trudeau. Here was his favorite line: "What Canadians want? No, Canadians want Canada. Okay, they just have enough guts to stand up and say what they want, right? And you got walked over, and you let it happen. And it's again. I had another conversation with somebody who the first thing out of their mouth is, "I hate Trump." It's like, you know what? I don't hate Trump. I really do like his policies, but I said, do you understand? Well, look what he's doing to Canada. Not our Liberal government did to Canada what's been happening here. There's been no negotiation. We have been depleted of just about everything. Everything's been sold off. Basically, it's like a garage sale, Canada right now.
A liquidation.
But I said, one thing you forget, and you need to remember this, and this is the truth. Do you remember a couple of years ago when it was 6 to 10,000 Chinese troops that were going through the woods of northern Ontario, and some guys in pickup trucks just happened? They thought we were being invaded, right? Got video of it. That video is long gone now. And Trudeau finally had to come out and say after several months was, well, we brought them over here because we have the colder temperatures and terrain in Canada. And I go, really? So you have hot weather in China all the way up to the Arctic and some of the worst terrain you could ever walk through or try to climb in your life. So Trump's sitting back going, what are they doing up there? What are they doing up there in Canada? And then you got to say, if you were the president of the United States and you knew this stuff was going on, what would you do? And forget it's Trump. What would you do? If your partner, your trading partner, your buddy, the people you're involved with NATO, up there has 6 to 10 to 20, who knows how many troops, Chinese troops crawling through the woods of Ontario. What do you think?
You'd be concerned. China, one of your biggest enemies, has 10,000 troops in a neighboring country.
Yeah.
For no reason, because China gets just as bad weather as Canada. They have just as bad terrain.
Actually, worse.
Worse, because they go right to the Arctic Circle, right? So, I mean, there's no reason for them to be here other than
to send a message down.
Fill in the blank. Other than
yeah, you fill in the blank.
You fill in the blank.
Actually, you do some of the research.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what's going on in Palestine now and Gaza. So we'll see what happens in the next 3 or 4 days, by the weekend anyway. And all hell could break loose there really, really, really quick. Now I want to get to one more thing, because this was one of the biggest lies ever, and everybody was calling us conspiracy theorists over it.
Yeah.
And that's January the 6th at the Capitol building.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get to that right after my last sponsor, and the last day of them being the sponsor of the show, Niagara Parks Commission. And we're sorry to see them go. They do so much good in Niagara Falls. They run 32 miles of the most pristine and beautiful parkland in Canada, maybe in the world, all centered by one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, Niagara Falls. You go down the falls, you look at the falls, and you go, wow. It's something to see 14 million people a year do that. But once they get here, they can see a lot of other stuff, because the Niagara Parks Commission has so many attractions. They can see butterflies from all over the world at the Butterfly Conservatory. They can see flowers from all over the world at the School of Horticulture. You can stand right beside the falls, almost reach out to the water at the scenic tunnels when it takes you right to the edge of the falls. You can go through the Rankin Power Station that's been refurbished, a power station that supplied Canada and all the Northeast, even America, with power in the original 1900s power plants that were being built. It's all there, and you can take a walk through their waste tunnel right to the river, right to the Niagara River below the falls. It's totally amazing. They have so many attractions, and to make it easy for you, they have attractions packages. You can go in and actually buy a package to see all these beautiful attractions they run. That's what the Niagara Parks delivers for people of Niagara Falls, which we don't take enough of it in. We should be down there more to see the beauty. But 14 million people do get down there every year and see the beauty of Niagara Falls, and the Parks Commission is the big part. You can even go see Bob Gale's goats out in the parkway eating the grass rather than having lawnmowers running. It's totally amazing. Niagara Parks Commission, a great, they're actually a government agency, but they actually are self-supporting. They don't take any tax dollars to run because they're well run with Bob Gale being the chair right now. It's amazing. Come to Niagara Falls. Enjoy the Parks Commission. NiagaraParks.com. That's where you go to see all the attractions, get the attraction packages. Come on down. Enjoy it. Have a good time. And don't forget about the winter here. Winter Festival of Lights down at the park is just beautiful. One of the premier festival of lights in Ontario for sure, maybe in Canada. And also we have New Year's Eve celebrations and everything going on. Niagara Falls is a great place to be, and the Parks Commission is one of the best places to be. They take care of everything.
I took the road from Queenston down to Niagara Lake this morning.
There you go.
Just beautiful.
Yeah, they're paving and everything.
Yeah,
right?
they are.
Something we're not doing in Niagara Falls.
No. Building walkways.
Yeah.
Bike trails.
Good. And we're building a $17 million one we don't need. We got 32 miles of the most beautiful bikeways and parkway and walking trails in the world. What a waste. What a waste of money our city is. Okay, well, I digress.
Yeah. It's hard not to.
So January the 6th, the incident at the Capitol building that Trump got impeached about, with Obama leading the way, and all these guys are getting indicted. Comey's just the start of what's going on down there. But now they found out there were 274 FBI agents in plainclothes embedded with the rioters, urging them on, inciting them, opening the doors for them, encouraging them to break windows and go in. And Trump is on the warpath because he said it had nothing to do with me, although that Smirnoff laced Pelosi said that it was him. And he offered her 10,000 National Guard troops for that day. She turned him down. And now we're finding out the real story behind it. And for all of us who said Trump didn't do anything, I watched the whole thing unfold. And now it's coming true. It's true. He didn't do anything. The impeachment was bogus. And these guys are all going to go to jail. 274 FBI agents, not in FBI garb, in regular street clothes, encouraging people to riot.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine actually being an FBI agent and doing that? When I looked at the whole thing, and again, I like to analyze things and go, okay, did he do it? Did this happen? Did these people really do that? Then you watch them knock out a window in that lower area of the Capitol building. You go, first of all, this glass has to be bulletproof, does it not? Or it has to be, it has to be reinforced with wire. There's no way you could just go up there and go pop and open the door. Second of all, every aspect of that place has to be under sensor and video surveillance. Has to be. So what do you think would happen if there's a breach in that back door where they broke the window? Don't you think there'd be like 50 AK-47s pointed at their faces? Come on. And then they're walking around. You can see they're being toured around and stuff. There's no way.
Exactly.
I'll tell you, back when I went to Washington, if you ever did something like that, if you broke in there, you'd have so many cops on you. You'd be down on the ground in handcuffs. You wouldn't get into the building. If they let it happen, it was so simple, so easy. And when you look at the Democrats when they try to pull off something, they screw it up every single time.
Yeah, they do.
Every single time. They just leave you a paper trail.
Well, now they found it, and justice will be served. Kash Patel is going full in on this. I saw Tulsi Gabbard on TV.
She's amazing.
No, Kristi Noem.
Yeah, Noem. Kristi Noem.
Who's the director of intelligence?
I
think it's Kristi Noem.
Yeah.
No, she was the.
I thought Tulsi was intelligent.
Maybe Tulsi is. I get them mixed up. They're
both doing good work.
Yeah, they're both doing good work. But she was on there talking about this, and Kash Patel is right on it, and they're going to find out more about it. But I'm going to leave you with an Obama quote.
I can't wait.
Because
I always look to him for my.
This says it all.
Okay.
This is what's going to happen to him.
Is this a recent quote?
Yeah. Like Comey's been indicted. Hillary Clinton is next on the list, and Obama is the mastermind of all that Russiagate Steele dossier, all those lies, all that baloney against Trump to try to pull a coup d'etat on Trump once he won the election, which they never expected him to win, by the way.
So Biden would be in there too, as well, right?
Well, Biden's in there. Yeah, he's in there with his son and everybody else. So an Obama quote, and he could be perp walk next. So this is beautiful. He says, "The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. Except it doesn't bend on its own. It bends because we pull it in the direction of justice. What keeps me hopeful during times like this is being surrounded by people who are doing just that.
Bending it.
I love it. I love it. They're doing just that, looking for justice. They're not letting this ride. He's going down. Justice will be served. He's going to be surrounded by people, just like he said, but they're going to be in orange jumpsuits.
Yeah.
They're going to be in orange jumpsuits. That's who he's going to be surrounded by. And on that note, any last thoughts here, Peter?
Adios, Obama. You know what? It's so obvious. And please, all I say is please let justice prevail. That's all I ask for.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Brennan, Clapper, Bolton, Clinton, Obama, Comey's already been indicted. There's a whole cast of characters involved in this line.
Biden was the VP, right?
Biden was the VP for Obama.
Yeah. So he's in there too.
He's in there too. And then he was president, of course, with that election, which we're going to get down to the bottom. I think Trump's going to get down to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
Because you can't be leading at 3:30 in the morning when you go to bed and then lose by 600,000 votes in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So
everything shuts down. All of a sudden you see everything being trucked in. You see suitcases coming. And remember, you weren't allowed to say it. I never stopped saying it.
I mean, either.
I said, first of all, mathematically, right? Mathematically, all those votes came in. There wasn't one for Trump. It's mathematically impossible.
Impossible.
Unless you control the math.
Unless you control the math. Well, there you go. Unless you can control the direction of the math.
But randomly, no. And I think they might have. Oh, we're conspiracy theorists.
We're conspiracy theorists. Yeah. Sorry about that, everybody.
How's Jimmy Kimmel? Is he okay? Is he doing all right?
Well, Jimmy Kimmel here, he's back. And, his ratings have dropped 70% since he came back.
So what's he down to now? Like 30,000?
Like zero. Like he's not going to be around for much longer. I think the next woman they put on The View should be Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes. That's great. Sitting right next to Hoopy.
Hoopy.
Hoopy Poopy.
Hoopy and Boopy. Anyway, what a bunch of wackos they are. I've had enough of these people. They're all going to be off the air, like Colbert and Howard Stern and a bunch of these goofballs. Kimmel's next. He's back, but I don't think he's going to be back for long. He's tanking big time.
It's crazy because I worked news when I first started in the business, right? And I mean, there was news cycles, but they lasted a while, and then you wait for a big story to come up, right? It's every day, every hour, something is going on. And as a news guy, if you're a real news person, boy, you could cash in.
Yeah.
So you're not a propagandist, but as a news person, you could cash in.
And for them to be calling Charlie Kirk any names, I mean, that's really sick. And these people deserve what they get about that.
Yeah, 100% they do. The man passed. He was a strong Christian. He had his values, and he stood by his beliefs. Whether you believed it or not, he stood by his beliefs. And you got to give a man credit for that.
And you got to give him credit for the way he approached it, because he wasn't there for violence. He was there to discuss, debate, have a dialogue about it, so that it didn't lead to violence. And there was a lot of people who got up there. I watched Charlie Kirk for the last 5 or 6 years.
You and I both.
Every day. And
it was my son who turned me on to him.
Yeah, and you might have even told me about him. I don't know who told me about him. It could have been my cousin in California, or Tommy Lloyd, or one of those guys. But somebody told me about him a long time ago, and I started watching him, and I watched him every day. And there's people who actually got up to the microphone at these universities, these professors, and they were challenging him to fistfights. Now, a 72-year-old guy challenged him.
That was the
Charlie
best.
Kirk's 31. He's 6'4" or something.
6'5".
Yeah, he would have clobbered this guy. This guy wanted to fight him.
And he goes, "We know how this is going to end."
Yeah, exactly. He goes, "I'm not fighting you because we know how this is going to end. So let's just talk about it." That's how Charlie Kirk was. So for anybody like Kimmel to say he was racist or whatever he said, I don't even put any kind of credence to anything these people say.
Well, he basically said he was a Republican. And it's gone full circle back to you guys because it's one of yours who did it, right? That's a lie. Straight up lie.
It's all a lie.
And then you got to mock Trump. It's like he acted like his goldfish just died. Not funny.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, okay.
We've had enough. My name is Paul Kilmer. This is Peter Dychtiar in the studio today on Your City, Your Voice. If you don't believe it, look up there. It says so. on 4680Q Radio in downtown Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. Tune in Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday for Your City, Your Voice, live at noon on 4680Q Radio. And I also tape the show, and it's on YouTube, Truth Social, X, and Rumble by about 3 o'clock or so in the afternoon if you want to check the video out. We're here every day. Like I say, tomorrow's absolutely. I'll be in here talking about the Habs. We get the season starting a week from today for Montreal, where we take on those Maple Loafs right at home in Hogtown. And we're out of here. We're out of here. Support our sponsors: Wild Bill's Auto Repair and Body Shop, Pete's Pizza on Victoria Avenue, Hamel Machine Company, and the beautiful Niagara Parks Commission. God bless you all. See you tomorrow at noon sharp on Absolutely. Promises made, promises kept. Right?
You the man. You've done it. Keeps his word.
Okay, take care, everybody. Have a great day. Enjoy this weather. It's here for another couple weeks. Ciao, ciao.